Hello, all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to the Canadian version of the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We finally have another set of Canadian coins to look at, and this one is kind of a weird set. And if you look at the top, it looks like there's a little bit of a film on this 10-cent coin. This is the 1977 10-cent coin from Canada, and if you look at these and you see the little bit of the film on there, that's not from being touched or anything. Here's what happened. I bought a 1977 Canadian proof-like set, and these proof-like sets come in a presentation case, and the presentation cases that I got some of these in were all moldy and smelly, and they got a little bit of water in them. And so this film is actually from a coin that was in the presentation case, but got a little bit of water and film on it. This whole set is. So let's take a look down through the set. We have them all here. If we tip it here, you can see that it's still in very good condition. It's still proof-like. It hasn't been circulated in any way. It is, of course, the sailing ship. Canada at the top, 1977 here at the bottom. 10 cents. And it, unlike the United States dime, it doesn't say 1 dime on these. It says 10 cents. If we tip it up, we see that we can't really see the copper in the Canadian coins like we can in the US coins. And if we tip it over, we see, of course, Queen Elizabeth II on the front or obverse, kind of this beaded outer rim. DG Regina. She's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, the second portrait by Arnold Machin. And if we tip it up a little bit more, we see that this side has the film, kind of filmy stuff on it also, but it's still a really nice coin. The one thing that was weird about the 1977, the presentation, some of the presentation cases of the proof-like sets, was that they contained two different 1-cent coins. And by different, I don't know what the difference is in them other than there were two in the set. Now, we do know that between 1977 and 1978, they changed the composition somewhat of the coins. So in 1977, they had the penny, which was 98% copper, 5.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc. In 78 and 79, they changed to a 98% copper, 1.75% tin, 0.25% zinc. In other words, they essentially flipped over the amount of tin and zinc in the two different coins, and they made the coins a slightly different thickness to show the difference. And so when we tip these up, we see, well, they both have kind of this coloring on them. They both look pretty much the same thickness, and they both have the same weight. And see all that stuff on there? That's from being in a wet case. So these are good coins, but they got a lot of coloration on them because the set was kind of messed up. All right, what's next? The nickel. And for some reason, the copper took really badly to the moisture. The nickel, not so much. And this is, you see a little bit over here on this side of film from the case, but this nickel actually is looking pretty nice. And we have the KG for George Kruger Gray, who was the designer and engraver of these coins. The two Canadian maple leaf says 5 cents at the top, Canada at the bottom, 1977. If we tip it up, we see, of course, Queen Elizabeth II on the front of this coin also. Next, we have a really filmy 1977 Canadian 25-cent coin. And again, it doesn't say quarter, dollar, or quarter anywhere on here like it does on the US coins. It simply says 25 cents right in the center of the horns of the caribou. Canada here, 1977 here, and a beaded outer rim and a little star down here. Again, Queen Elizabeth II in the Arnold Machin portrait. Next we have the 50 cents coin. And this, of course, is the Royal Arms of Canada, 19 separated by Crown 77. Canada on this side, 50 cents on this side. And the motto, Mary Usk ad Mer, from sea to sea. And we have all the different, and let's blow that up because that's pretty cool. So we have the Lion Soupçon, which is from England. We have the Lion Rampant, which is from Scotland. We have the Harp, which is from the British Shield from Northern Ireland. We have the Fleur de Lis, which is from France. And then we have the Canadian Maple Leafs. So this is a really, really nicely designed coin. We have the Fleur de Lis and Union Jack at the top. Because Canada was a British and British and French nation at the beginning, we see the thistle down here from Scotland also. And the English rose. Because Canada was both French and English on this Royal Arms, they have them both there. And then, of course, on the front we have Queen Elizabeth again with this kind of film from the mint set. And then finally we have this huge coin, and you can tell how huge it is because how big it is compared to the $50 or 50 cents coin. Look how much smaller the 50 cents coin is. And this, of course, is the $1 coin from Canada. And a First Nations paddler in the front, a fur trader in the back, and way down here on the packaging, it's a bundle of furs. It says HB for Hudson Bay or the Hudson Bay Company. It's a 1977 Canada dollar coin. And of course it doesn't say $1 on here. It says just dollar alone. All right, well that's pretty much all we have. Oh, I should tell you who the engraver is. On the back of this coin, this is kind of a famous engraving, and this is Emmanuel Otto Hahn. And we can see, if we tip it up, we see the E and the H for Emmanuel Hahn, and his middle name was Otto. So when you see the engraver's name on this one, it's going to be Emmanuel Otto Hahn. And actually, now that we tip it up and we can see the trees and the French trapper in the back with these, and the kind of the emblem on the front of the canoe, and they're just paddling away. Just a very, very fine looking engraving. All right, that's all we have today from our Canada 1977 proof-like set with the 2 pennies and the nickel quarter, 50-cent coin, and dime. Oops, let's turn that one over. Thanks for watching from DC Coin World International Coin Channel.